Hello, everybody. How's it going out there in Lightworker land? So much goodness coming in. It is 2020 almost. We're almost there. We're almost out of the 2019. And for some of you, you actually are on the threshold, probably as I'm speaking. If you already haven't made it over to the other side of that gate. Just going to give a little bit of time here for people to join. I got inspired to come in with the angels. For those of you who don't know who I am Stephanie Lodge, aka the Hug Angel, and I specialize in what you would call streaming off the cuff, calling in the angels, channeling an archangelic collective of about 12. But I also work with the highest Christ councils, the Seraphim nations. A lot of energy. So I just wanted to come in and just give you guys a little bit of what I'm feeling coming in for 2020, and also make some really cool announcements for those of you who love angels. There's some really cool things coming in. So I want to just, like I said, give time for some people to join and kind of give you guys an idea of how this is going to work. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Leela. Hi, Layla. I'm not sure. My eyes. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Yes, the angels, calling all angels. For those of you who resonate with angels, being an angelic starseed or angelic soul, welcome to the tribe. Welcome to the angelhood. So much goodness coming in, and I thank all of you for bringing your light and your love. And again, I'm known as the Hug Angel. You can find me on the Hug Angel here on Facebook and on Instagram or anywhere social. Anywhere social, that's pretty much where I am as the Hug Angel. So what does that mean? That means hearts united with grace and healing universal grief. This is kind of my main missions of what I do and what I am in the world, and how I assist people is essentially to remind them of who they truly are, and letting you guys to really know that it's time to own our divinity, right? So I'm going to be working with some different decks tonight. I don't do a lot of card readings, I'll be honest. I'm a spiritual empowerment coach, usually working with private clients. It's very rare for me to get on the Lightworkers live feeds, but I do love checking in here because to me, it's a space where I know a lot of people are looking for guidance. They're looking to know that everything's going to be okay. And I want to tell you everything's going to be okay. And if you don't believe me, I do want to also tell you there's something coming up January 11th that I'm producing called Angelic Summit. If you haven't seen it out on Facebook yet, there's 24 of us gathering. AngelicSummit.com is where you're going to find us. It's free for you to attend for 24 hours, and that's going to be something that I think you'll really enjoy in terms of learning what 2020 is really unfolding as. And also to know that we're going to be working together in a guided meditation, a global meditation. I'd love you to be a part of it. And what that's going to do is assist us in stepping into what I call the Diamond Earth framework. And the Diamond Earth is really the idea of ascended or elevated consciousness, and staying in that vibrational frequency, and how important that is. So I want to include all of you in that invitation if you haven't seen it. I know Facebook has some interesting algorithms. So this is definitely an opportunity for me to share that with you, and you can register for free. It's a beautiful way to support other light workers like yourselves. We're going to have some beautiful souls sharing their awakening journeys, their near-death experiences, all sorts of really amazing meditations and activations. So as I'm shuffling here, I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for joining me. I actually want to see if there's a way, I don't know if there is, for me to, if somebody can share this for me. I don't know if I can share it while I'm on here, but if you want to share it into Hug Angels, there's a group called Hug Angels. Lisa, I see you're on there, Lisa Farron. I don't know if you can do that for me, love. That would be really great. I'd love to get some of the Hug Angels in here as well. For those of you who don't know what Hug Angels are, again, we are hearts united with grace. Grace is really coming from the same word as gratitude. And when we are in gratitude, that is when we draw in all the abundance, all the love, all the light that we can to bring in the frequencies of love and the frequencies that are here to shift us. And if you are in pain tonight, if you are in grief, if you are in trauma or drama of any kind, there's really no need for that. When we are aligned to that light, there's so much healing available to us all the time. So I'm here to be an emissary for the angels. I'm here to let you know that they are with you. They're always around you. You are never alone. Even if you feel you're alone, you're never alone. I could prove it to you through a lot of stories that I have, but I'd rather just have you trust that what I'm telling you is true. Okay, so I'm going to start with one deck that is relatively new for me. Angel reading cards. I don't know if you guys have seen these before. And what I'm going to be doing is I tune in, just so you know, as I'm the living light stream. So that means I work with the living light frequencies, all consciousness. And before I even got on here, I'm already streaming and plugged into that. So what I do is I listen, and I am guided directly from the angels on how to facilitate this gathering with us, and know that there's already healing and vibrational frequencies transmitting to you right now. And these are already going to start harmonizing any energetics in your system that are distorted or potentially harming you in any way, even at the belief level or the subconscious embodiment level. So what I work with is really angelic souls. And being one, I resonate and usually attract in those who are in alignment with that. So I see a lot of you here, and I want to just say hello to everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you guys. Thank you for coming in. Thank you so much for coming in and being in this circle with me. I'm launching also something I want to tell you guys about called Halo, which is Harmonic Alignment Light Optimization, on a private social network called the Angelhood. So I know there's a lot of announcements in this video. The reason is because the angels are really asking us to connect to them, bring them in, and embody them, okay? And this is a new level of how we connect to angels. So understand there's the angelic outside of us that we might pray to or ask for assistance, such as Archangel Michael. There's also templates within us, divine templates, that we are regaining and restoring, and we are activating, okay? And so that's what I'm here to do and assist with. And so this is kind of a sneak peek of what I'll be doing at Angelic Summit in a longer 2-hour version. This is the shorter version. But again, angelicsummit.com, read all about it. You can find all sorts of information there later. Make note, because that's going to definitely shift a lot of people collectively. We're going to be intending and doing a global peace meditation. It's going to be amazing. Okay, so I'm just going to tune in for a minute, see all your hearts gathered around me and with me in this vibrational space here right now. Okay, yeah, a lot going on, I know. Okay. All right, so I'm just asking the angels, as a collective, remember we're all one. So I'm going to read, I want to read more decks and get more input for everybody collectively here first. If I have time to go individual, I will. But what I really want to do is know that we are all one, we are unified, and we are one field of collective consciousness having this experience. And so what I know is that these will apply to everybody because that's how the angels work. So just know that take what works for you, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't resonate with you, it's not necessarily for you, but I'm going to just say that probably will have an element or two around it for you. Okay. All right, so first and foremost, the first card is the Angel of Strength. So you guys can see that. I'm blocking my face, but hopefully you can see. I'm trying to angle that so you can kind of see it. I know it's a little light in here. So you kind of see that, right? Okay. So this is basically a man reaching from heaven to the man on earth and pulling him out of hell. It's kind of how I read this. And what this is showing me is to understand, and it's a vibrational 4 number, this card. So what I'm seeing here and what I'm knowing for all of you is that you are stronger than you think you are sometimes. And you don't give yourself enough credit necessarily for the strength that you have to get through all of the trials and tribulations that are coming towards you. This year, 2019, has been a very alchemizing year for many by design. It's preparing us for a new decade and a new vibrational frequency. 2020, again, a lot have been saying about the 2020 vision, right? What I want to say is this. What 2020 means for me, and what I know from the angels right now, is that we have 2 sovereign beings coming together, okay? And so the 2 in the first 20 represents your Kundalini energy, your 2 dragon, seraphim, serpent energy streams, light streams that are weaving in you all the time through all of your chakric centers. And you've been working on bringing these into unification, what I call sovereign union within. And this is all about standing in your own sovereignty, your own divinity, owning that divinity so that you are no longer a victim, and that you know that the reality you're creating, you're kind of like the director of your own movie here, right? You've been working on to work out your own elements of trauma or drama or anything stuck in your system at the subconscious belief level that have been keeping you stuck or entangled with certain people, places, or things that don't serve you. So you've been working out a lot of these inner mysteries. And you've come into a state where you can now come into unification within yourself, balancing the masculine, feminine within. And when we come into that state, I call that our sovereign state, we are truly free to be who we truly are, and we have no apology about it anymore. We have a complete level of understanding of who we are. The Angel of Strength is sitting here right now, like in the field with us, because ultimately it wants to imbue or transmit into us that strength that says, yes, it's time to step into the 0 point. Now the 0 point is what the other part of the 20 is, right? The 2 and the 0, the 20. The 0 point field is your choice point. It's that place that you get to stand now and decide, how do you want to live your life going forward in this coming year and coming decade? How do you want to see it unfold? And what are you going to project into your reality through the thoughts that you empower? So that is what the first 20 is. The second 20 is a mirror image. It is someone else in your life significant that is also coming into their sovereign state. Many people call this the idea of the divine union, the twin flames. I prefer to call it angelic flames, because you are a multidimensional being. You have many angles to you, and therefore you have many potential partnerships that could serve the divinity and the light that you are. So I want you to really let go of this idea of having this absolute one twin, because then you're limiting yourself to believe that you are the only one and they're the only one, and it can be very limiting and a lot of pressure, right, on anybody. So I want you to maybe potentially open up to this idea of expansion, that not to get into polyamory, that's not what I'm saying, but get into the consciousness that if someone comes into your life and they're there for a reason or a season, a day, a month, however long, there's a gift there for you. There's something to be in gratitude about, and there's always love, fundamentally. Every soul that unites with you on some level is there to teach you. And it's always coming from a place of love, no matter how it might appear. Even in relationships that can be very taxing, oftentimes there are relationships that come in that really challenge us, but they are our greatest teacher. So when we come into the 2020, it's going to be a reflective field, right? There's going to be puppies, like my one puppy barking right now, that are going to come in and basically teach you. You're going to have opportunities to look at the field in a different way. And these angels of strength that are around us, right, like I picked, are basically saying, you have the strength to get through this. You have the strength to get through anything. And never underestimate the power of light that is around you, surrounding you, and definitely call it in. Call in the support. Call in these powerful beings I call the diamond angels, in fact, are coming in right now, because they are here as the architects of this new reality with us, and they are co-creating with us. So call those in. The other one coming in is Angel of Detoxification. How do I do this? It's kind of an elemental kind of look to this card, and I'm sorry they're so coming off so bright. I can't seem to get them to not have that glare. Yeah, no, it's not working well. Anyway, it's a young woman and an angel behind her, and there's all sorts of butterflies and bees and birds, and she's in nature. Detoxification, yeah, well, the holidays are here. For those of you who know the keto diet, there's been the Cheeto diet, right? There's been all sorts of things going on. Everybody's kind of doing their thing. So just know it's okay. You know, love yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. There's no reason for that. Just know that you have the opportunity now to go into a framework in the new year of detoxification, right? Not only clearing out your body and making room for higher vibration in your physical body, but also looking at detoxing certain people from your life. I want you guys also to consider, if we're following kind of the Chinese horoscope, if you will, like the year of the pig or the boar is what we're in right now, and we're going into the year of the rat, that transition doesn't happen till around March, I believe, right? So there's a little bit of time here in the beginning of 2020 to still clear out and release some of the 2019 residual, just so you know. You're not all like scrambling at the last minute here. But obviously the vibration of the 2 and the 0 twice, right, is the 2020. That gateway is happening right now in some parts of the world and tomorrow. So the Angel of Detoxification is just a reminder that you're not just here to detoxify your physical, but also your mental. What are you carrying into the new year? And how are you going to shift your reality if you're not shifting the way you think and the way you speak into form all that you're experiencing? I remember one time being in London, and there was an element of working with the eyes, right? What we gaze upon. And Yeshua, working with Yeshua, I work with Yeshua in the Order of the Magdalens quite a bit. And he came in and he said, I want you to look around you and notice everything that's out of balance. And imagine light streaming from your eyes and gaze upon the world with compassion. And the statement to activate the eyes and the compassion from your field is, may all that I gaze upon be blessed. And the word bless in this case, you can think of bliss too, is a neutralizer. So it's, may all that I gaze upon essentially be balanced, right? Be neutralized and brought to the 0 point. Now, why the 0 point? Because that is the freest place that we have to create from. And when you are gazing upon people, places, or things, and you assist them in coming into their neutral space, they can be recalibrated and restored into something more beautiful, perhaps. So you are always in service. So I invite you to consider doing this at the supermarket when you're standing in line, when you're seeing people who are grumpy, when you're seeing people driving in front of you having road rage. You know, instead of responding and getting triggered by this, flip it and say, okay, I'm going to go into compassion right now. I'm going to forgive this person for flipping out and trying to trigger me. I'm just going to, instead of getting triggered, go into neutral. And may all that I gaze upon be blessed. So right now there's an energy coming into my system where literally I'm looking into this camera and there's a violet frequency that's coming into the framework of my eyes. Like I can see it directly, and that's what happens when I turn my eyes on. So I want you to consider, you have a fabulous operating system. I want you to think of your body as a Bugatti, okay? No more Civic, nothing wrong with Honda, but I'm just saying, like, you want to put in the good high-octane fuel, you want to take it and get it detailed, you want to treat it right, you want this body to last a long time, you want it to live up to the expectation of what you have as a spiritual being, then detoxification is important. Why? Now more than ever, our environment is very taxed, right? It's not as pure as it used to be. We're working on it, okay? We're working on it at the frequency levels, so don't despair. When you see the world going through what it's going through, I know it can get really heavy. We need you to stay in your light, okay? So I'm here to assist you, to remind you that it's okay. There's plenty of people plugging into the drama. Your job as a light worker is to plug into the light. And instead of thinking of it like work, think of it like surfing, okay? You're a light surfer, and you want to be on the top of the waves surfing, okay? And these waves are going to get bigger. The energy waves are not going to get smaller. They're here to assist in our elevation of awakening. So when the angel of stress comes in, she can't even see her either. Oh my goodness. She's telling us something, even though you can't see her. The angel of stress, number 3, interesting vibrationally. By the way, detoxification was 22, another 4. So we have a 4 and a 4, and now we have a 3. So this angel of stress, what she's coming in actually is to tell us, please don't stress. Please don't stress. She wants to take the stress away, right? She's here to basically say to you, all is well, beloved, all is well. Okay, focus on the goodness in your life, the gratitude. Do your best to forgive those that have trespassed against you, just as you've probably trespassed against yourself in some lifetime, if not this one, right? We've all had certain situations where we've made mistakes. So forgiving ourselves, having compassion for ourselves, especially, and others, as we enter 2020 is extremely important, because these energies are increasing and they're here to assist us in our elevation. And so what I know is that because of that, there's a lot more dragon energy coming in. Dragons, how many of you guys like the dragons? Show some hearts if you know what I mean. So what are the dragons about? takes a lot of energy to work with the dragons. I'm just going to be honest with you. The fact that they want to come in is a big deal. Now keep in mind the dragon energies, I want you to think of as seraphim, okay? These are really pretty, by the way. You can't see them, these cards. All right, I'm going to see if I can, how come they're so reflective? Okay, so these frequencies, I want you to know, are essentially the architects of our reality. They're the energies that ultimately are building grids, building entire continents. They're responsible for a lot of the heavy lifting. And the fact that they're coming in more and more, for those of you who know that they're coming in and connect to them and see them and anchor them, they're here for a reason, because we are shifting rapidly into different constructs of reality. And so I want you guys to all be aware of this, you know, and I want you to really understand they are feminine creative frequency as a rule, but they're basically masculine and feminine. But they're oftentimes, think of them as like birthing new realities, right? And the other thing to know about them is they are benevolent in the sense of they're very extremely protective, and when you know what hits the fan, this is who you want to call in. Because angels are great. Archangel Michael, all of it is great, but he works with dragons too. His are the deep blue, okay? And we're getting a lot of the pure white dragons coming in right now, because the diamond light, for those of you who aren't familiar, is a very purifying frequency. The diamond dragons are Gabriel, Archangel Gabriel's dragons. And so these dragons are extremely powerful, and they are multidimensional, 12th dimensional dragons. What this means is they carry a higher degree of consciousness, access to more of source frequency. And so if you want to think of it this way, when we work with angelic embodiment, if you come in like an angelic starseed, or you come in as an angelic soul, you graduate to archangelic as you work with more and more frequencies, and you allow for more energy to come through your body, and you hold and are capable of holding that frequency. When I had to start doing this about 15 years ago, it was really difficult. And I'll be honest with you, there was a lot of inflammation in the body that happened in bringing that energy into my body. So I want to just say that it's not for the faint of heart when you start working with the seraphim frequency, okay? Because now you're working at the grid levels. Now you're actually assisting continents, and you're oftentimes a global citizen. You'll be called into different continental regions, cities, and places to anchor in and do certain levels of grid work, what they call it, grid work. And so the dragons, when the dragons are coming in, it's because we're being called into a higher responsibility of our light. And so I don't take it lightly when I work with them. I have a lot of reverence for these beings. They are very powerful. They will definitely come as soon as you just intend them to show up. So I know that they're already really here. And my frequency will get a lot more intense usually when I start working with these dragon frequencies. Yeah, so even just saying the word. And I want to really explain something for those of you who are a little bit off-put, not sure what to make of this. Those things that are most empowering for human beings tend to be demonized. I just want to be really clear. Those things that are really empowering, let me say it again, and useful for us to manifest and create in this world with, and are part of our supernatural abilities, tend to be demonized so that they stay hidden from us, so that we won't touch them. So dragons, I want you to think of as that. They've been made these monsters for us to not tap into them on purpose. So I'm liberating them tonight. And I'm liberating all of you guys so you can work with them, because they are powerful mama jammas, and you definitely want to plug in. Now this deck, for those of you who don't know, is Diana Cooper. So she's a beautiful angel being, as you guys probably know her already. Just grandmother of such beauty. And love this deck. Not all dragon decks are created equal, I'll be honest. Her deck I really vibrate with. It's very high vibrational because she's high vibrational. You want to consider your sources always, okay? All right, so this is who's coming in. Oh, sorry. Okay, there's like, he forgot too. Yeah, I forgot. They like to come in sevens. I always forget this. So the dragon numbers, just so you know, are 7. Okay, the 7, when the 7 shows up, if you see 777 on license plates, call in your dragons, if you haven't already. or just know that they're around you and they're protecting you, guiding you, or guarding you in some capacity, or leading you in some capacity to something really amazing. I'll tell you a story really quick while I'm shuffling. When the dragons first came in a couple of years ago, I just got this hit calling the Diamond Dragons, and I was in a group of about 63 people or so. It's funny how you remember numbers like that. And we were doing grid work, and Michael and Gabriel came in, they said, call them the Diamond Dragons right now. I said, all right. I didn't even know what that meant, I'll be honest. So I did, and then suddenly a lot of people in the group saw them, and they were like, wow, these are amazing. Anyway, a couple, like a month later or so, girlfriend of mine was having some issues. A friend of hers was in trouble. I said, well, call them the Diamond Dragons. Their number 777777. She said, what does that mean? I said, I don't know. This is what happens when you're a light stream. You just kind of trust and let whatever's coming in. And so I called a girlfriend of mine in Austria, and I told her what happened. And she said, Stephanie, you're not going to believe this. I'm not in Austria right now. I'm in Slovenia, standing on Dragon Bridge, looking at a dragon statue, and on the wall is written 777, the number of the dragon. I said, you've got to be kidding me. And this was within 45 minutes of me getting that number and giving it to my other friend. So when we have doubts about our abilities sometimes, the human in us, we like these little validations. That was one of mine, as far as a major validation of, yes, you are to work with the dragons. Yes, they are working with you. And yes, it is important to share this information. And much later, I learned that another soul sister, Kaya Raj, she had written a book called The Sophia Code, and she, at the end of the book, talks about the Seraphim, which are the golden dragons, and she works with the Sophia dragon tribes, and she too had talked about the 777 code, the key code of the dragons. So I thought that was very interesting confirmation as well, because I hadn't read that part of the book. So it was really interesting. Anyway, side note. Okay, so these are the dragons coming in for us, guys, and this is the group that's ushering in 2020. They're telling me. So if you want to work with these beings, and you want to really set yourself up for an amazing 2020. Let's get going. Here we go. So green dragon helps you tune into the secrets of nature. So this is what I'm going to tell you about this. Oh, good. There we go. They're like, just bring it in closer, please. Okay. I will figure this out at some point. I promise. Do you see him? He's kind of shiny. All right. So this is what I know. Dragon energy and diamond earth energy and how they're working together is through the nature portals. So you're going to find your ability to connect into what many call 5D, or what I call 5D plus or diamond levels, are going to be in nature. That's where you're going to find the best connections. So going into the sequoias, going into Shasta, going into any of the areas where you have a lot of nature around you is going to plug you in more into the frequencies of the new vibrational earth. So getting into nature is super important. So green dragon is really all about that. And so when you are in nature, you can call in the green dragons and ask them to teach you. It's like a network, right? Black dragon from Saturn brings you wisdom through spiritual discipline. Concentrate, focus on your ultimate vision, and congratulate yourself. You have passed a test, okay? If this isn't saying it any clearer than that, I don't know how to say it clearer, okay? Now, for those of you who need to know, this is the Ascended Saturn, okay? Every planet has its descended and ascended version. Gaia would be like the 3D version, and Terra would be the diamond version of, or 5D version of Earth. And Violet Earth is what I call 3D version. Violet as in churning and burning and purging and transmuting and alchemizing. It's a lot. Okay, so these black dragons, they're very protective. Any of the black dragons are also very protected because they are able to magnetize to them anything that's shadow. So if you have a lot of stuff going on that doesn't feel good, just concentrate on that energy to call them in and just sweep, just like a little Swiffer duster, okay? But what this is telling us is we've passed the test. So if you have been feeling like, oh my God, why do I keep getting tested? You've passed. You're good. Just you're cleaning up the residual, okay? It's the best way to say it. Golden Christed Dragon brings you higher love so that you embody the Christ light, absorb the Christ light, you are protected, expand your heart, and remain fifth dimensional. Guys, this is what I was talking about earlier in this reading. For those of you who came late, you can go back to the front of it later. This dragon is extremely powerful. This has been coming up pretty much every time I work with this deck, because this light, this golden light, this alchemical fire light, is here to purify and prepare us to stay and hold the fifth dimension or diamond frequency, or golden age, diamond age, whatever you want to call it. So it's holding that. That is really what we're here to do now, right? It's great to kind of go in and out. We really want to hold it now at this point, and know that we deserve to, okay? Dark blue galactic dragon helps you listen to the voice of the universe, ignite the codes of your master blueprint, access cosmic wisdom, and enter higher service. So I just want to show that to you. And I know I'm just reading these because fundamentally, I just like to get that code from Diana direct because she's such a pure channel. I know you can't read it too well. So this, I want you kind of to think of as the playing field. It is the field of compassion that we actually use as kind of the clay that we mold with, okay? And at the galactic level, this dragon is literally like a field of space, basically. You can kind of think of it, when I tune into it, I also want you to kind of think of it as if you're watching the movie Tron. Remember the movie Tron with all the bikes and they're all zigzagging through this black space of nothingness? This is kind of what this dragon represents, because dragons really are fields of energy and streams of energy and all sorts of elemental fire and force. So this is really about tuning into the higher source frequencies of consciousness. So if you've been working with a lot of the Ascended Masters, if you've been working with your spirit guides, it's all great. But now we're being asked to go to a little bit of a different level because the entire cosmos is going up a notch, basically. And again, it's entering your higher service. So this is why the Christed Light and these galactics are coming together as informative here tonight to kind of prepare you for that, okay? For those of you who are saying, you know what, Steph, I'm so exhausted, I can't do another blessed thing, because I'm hearing some of you out there going, really, girl? I have to do more? I'm so tired. I can't do any more. Well, clearly you haven't been working with dragons. So I invite you to start doing that, because they will reforce you, resource you, restore you, okay? And if you are, just keep doing it. All right, gold and silver violet flame dragon transmutes the old around you with wisdom and grace. It's time for transmutation, magic, and healing. Offer service under grace. What was I talking about earlier? The grace, right? The grace field. How beautiful. I love this dragon. So gold and silver, violet flame. Three powerful. It's a triune, right? Gold is the alchemical fire. But so is violet, really. Violet has a lot of alchemical natures, we know, the violet flame, you know, for purification. And the silver is what I call the elixir of life, right? So the gold is the masculine, the divine masculine, the silver, the divine feminine, and the violet, in this case, the triune. They're all working together to purify, transmute, and prepare you. Okay, so these are the ones that are going to be, if you want to invite them in tonight, these are the ones that are going to really prepare you for this threshold you're about to cross into 2020, because that's why I'm coming on here tonight, guys, is to prepare as many as I can. My summit, again, Angelic Summit, is happening 1/11, which is the day after the eclipse, for a reason. And the angels gave me that specific week because there's a lot of energy coming in and there's a lot of waves coming in, and I want everybody to be really prepared, get their surfboard waxed, so to speak. So this is a preview, kind of a setup for the summit, because the summit in its own right is going to have a lot, okay? It is. Okay, fire and water dragon enables your life to flow with loving force. Prepare for change and to move forward quickly. Expect the unexpected and have fun. If I'm so bad at this. Okay, here we go. Oh my goodness, is it actually kind of in focus? Look at that. Okay. All right. This is what I know. When the fire and the water come together, okay, you want to think of that blazing angel within you that's like ready to kick ass and take names a little bit, and yet the water and the emotion, the compassion, the forgiveness that's coming in to make sure that you do it with love, right? So that's kind of what we're balancing right now, right? We're balancing these two elements within ourselves. It's the loving force. It's standing in your truth. It's stating your boundaries. It's stating them clearly, but always with love, right? Never having to raise your voice even. It's knowing the power of who you are. And more importantly, having fun and being in joy about all these things. Not taking this so seriously. I know I can take this as seriously as anybody. You know, spiritual work can be very serious at times. But I also know that if I don't come back to my joy, if I don't come back to the light of who I am, I get really taxed. I get really burned out. So the fire water dragon really wants to remind you that as much as you're bringing in your fire, sometimes bring in your water, bring in the cooling agents. You're also showing me salt bath, okay? Salt bathing. 5 pounds sea salt in a bathtub tonight, preferably, or tomorrow at the latest before you step in through 2020, if you can get that done, ideally, clear your system. This goes back to the Angel of Detoxification. So just make sure you can do some smudging as well with Palo Santo, preferably, because you're getting a clearing and a blessing in the same smoke. And I just prefer Palo Santo. Cedar's nice too, but Palo Santo's awesome. And just tuning in for a second. Okay. Sugar. Really consider how much sugar you're putting in your body. Sugar is going to lower your frequency just as much as alcohol does. Really look at, oh my gosh, I want to sneeze just clearing out that frequency right now. It's so funny. Clearing that sugar out of the body is going to assist you tremendously, because there is nothing informing your system with that substance. There's nothing in it for you. And therefore, it's a void that you keep adding into your body if you eat sugar. I know you guys love it. I know there's a lot of you are like, but we like sugar. This is why we came. We're angels. We came in for the food, man. Come on now. Don't take all our fun away. I don't want to take it away. What I'm going to say is look into different alternatives. Okay, so there's monk fruit. There's, some people can't handle erythritol, but erythritol, and you have to look at the source of that too. Stevia, some people like, some people don't. They all have their pros and cons, I'm going to be honest with you, as far as the alternatives, but they're all going to be hands down way better than putting sugar in your body. There's amazing Rebel ice cream right now if you do dairy, that's sugar-free, that's available just like any supermarket, most supermarkets. I could go into a whole care and feeding of angels. I don't have time tonight. But just know that that's the main one they're saying, is to really look at how much sugar you're putting in your body, because it actually messes with your frequency. Okay, I know there's a few questions here coming in too on the 5G factor. Don't feed that energy. And what do I mean by that? The fear of it. There is a rising frequency of 5G coming in, and it is not good. You know, it does mess with the frequency, so do your best to mitigate that. You can get something called Defender Shield products that will help mitigate. You can also get Ormus, and not Ormus, or Organite, the other Or. Organite, little pyramids, things like that to put around the house. Turn your Wi-Fi off as much as you can at home when you're not using it. Make different lifestyle choices around this. Technology is not going away, but how we adjust our frequency will assist us in how we manage it. So when the dragons are coming in, the one that's coming in to kind of give us this idea of staying in our peace, staying in our power, staying in our high vibration, it's the rainbow dragon. It's the final dragon tonight. Can't get him into frame. Okay, there he is. Rainbow dragon. The rainbow dragon I call the angelic light stream as well. And this is the collective of 12 bandwidths of frequency. It's like if you were to put source through a prism. It brings the leap of joy that opens new doors. So we are opening a new door into 2020. We're going through a portal, and we want to leap through this portal with joy and leave the fear behind. 2019 was riddled with programming of fear, polarity at such extremes. Here in the United States alone, we're looking at, you know, political structures that are really in their dismantling, but it takes time to do that. So they have to kind of blow up and implode and do all sorts of crazy stuff. So in order for that to get recalibrated, right, so that it really does serve all of us. And we can look at all the agendas, all the conspiracies, all of the things, and I'm not saying that they couldn't be realities. What I'm going to say is, what do you want as your reality? And how do you want your reality to unfold in 2020 and beyond? Focus on that. We can all focus on the drama and the trauma, And it will repeat as long as we do that. My advice to you is have trust, focus on faith. This says, have trust, rediscover wisdom, expect miracles, and accept opportunities. If you have new opportunities coming in and there are things that you've never considered before, try accepting them and see what happens. The angels and the dragons really are coming in to say, this is a huge shift, and you're ready, and you have the strength, and don't stress. Just take care of yourself, love yourself. Know that your physical body is going to need to go through certain stretching and expansion to keep up with your light version, right? So just know that some pain might come in. Don't focus on it and like freak out about it. Just go, okay, what do I need to know in this? Go into the pain, ask the pain, what do I need to know? It's a signal from your body that's trying to get your attention, saying, hey, I need a little attention right here in this spot, and this is why. There's a beautiful book, by the way, The Secret Language of the Body, right, by Ina Segal. For those of you who don't know it, I highly recommend having that in your library. It's a great reference on all sorts of things physically that are challenging in the physical that could come up from the emotional cause. So this is the effect of all the energetic frequency cause and vibration, energetic, emotional cause, right? So I highly recommend that as well. Any questions? I'm just going to kind of come to the room. I know you guys have been really super patient, and there's some energies I know that are coming through that these can be kind of intense for some people, and it might be bringing some things up. So I just kind of want to ask all of you guys, hi. All right, Lisa, no worries. Okay. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so let's talk about this. Let's see. All right. Yeah, I want to talk about discernment. You know, somebody's here talking about feeling like they're feeling like they've been brainwashed. I'm here to empower you to step into your own divinity, to know the truth of who you are, to not place your power in anybody outside of you, including myself, and definitely not wait for Superman or somebody else to come save you. You have the full capability of saving yourself, okay? You are here in matter because you are enough, because you are an amazing, powerful being of light. And when people are giving you energetics that don't feel good, that make you feel smaller, that dim your light in any way, or make you feel as if there's something wrong, or put fear in, I will never fear plant as best as I can. I will be real, but I do my best to empower. And so what I will say is, if you come into places where you feel like someone's manipulating you, someone is causing you to feel uncomfortable, unplug. It is a feeding energy that you don't need. You only want to feel supplemented. Okay, true light workers will always be of the nature, true masters of light will always be healer, heal thyself. You have everything you need to do so. If they are sitting here saying, please come in and rely on me to do that for you, or want to take your energy in any way, run. Okay, I'm just going to be honest. We are coming into a time where we can no longer afford people to be out of integrity. Everybody needs to really watch their integrity quotient, okay, their other IQ. And the reason I say that is because what I call Diamond Earth is a very transparent place. It is very valuable. It is where we are all valued equally, and we are all understanding that we are deserving to be sovereign and free and interdependent, not codependent. So I don't want anybody to be codependent with me. I'm here only to simply be a reflection in a mirror of what you are and remind you of what you are to the best of my capabilities. And that doesn't mean I'm perfect, and I totally have those bad days too. But I want to just invite you to remember that you are love only. You are immaculate, ultimate love. Anything else that doesn't feel like that is not the truth of who you are, and is not the truth of the reality that you need to create or can create. So I invite you to consider creating a new reality with me, and just know the love and joy is here, and that we have done heavy lifting. We've done a lot of the work. We've cleared a lot of the baggage out, and now it's time for us to just get rid of some of the residual, get rid of some of the false beliefs that just don't serve us anymore, right? Go fully into the faith frequency, go fully into the trust frequency, and just be in joy. Right? It's time to be joyful and happy, okay? Let's see what else are coming in. Aw, cute dragon tattoos. Aw, beautiful. I'm just kind of scanning everything and then I'll go back and see if I need to pull anything. Hold on. Aw. Yeah, 7s are powerful numbers. Okay. All right. Hold on 2 seconds. I'm just going to tune in. Okay, my battery's dying on my computer, so I'm going to make this quick. I might actually have to go get my plug, my charger. Yeah, and they want me to pull this. Okay. Oh, never mind. I have it right here. Hi, charger. I love when angels make it easy. I thought I had to go somewhere. No, just plug in. Okay. For those of you who are joining late, yes, I'm going to be drawing some cards, individuals. Angels gave permission, so we're going to do that. I want to share with you something. AngelicSummit.com, you need to register, and if you purchase and own it and decide you want all the meditations and everything, you'll automatically be entered to win one of these. This is my Awakened Angel Diamond Halo bracelet I personally charge. I'm giving one away a week, at least one. And yeah, so you'll be automatically entered to win one of those if you decide to just jump in, take a leap of faith, and purchase the summit and say, yes, please, I want to be a Diamond Angel or a VIP Angel. And there's really cool bonuses with either pass. And I'm also, with the Diamond Angels, I'm giving 3 months of my Halo Circle, my private circle, to all Diamond Angel members, Access members, or Access Pass holders. So there's so much goodness in there. So I'm just letting you guys know, you might want to jump on that. And it's before you, if you purchase before January 10th or January 11th, technically, then you will save. After that, the prices will go up. So I just wanted you to know that while I'm shuffling. And I'm coming to you, Maria, if you're still with me. Maria, can you just let me know if you're still with me? Because you had asked. You were one of the first. I'll go back and make sure, but that's the one that caught my eye first. So that's who I'm tuning into. Maria Inez Jardim, I believe, who has a dragon tattoo and blue dragons in her field. So if she can give me a little heart or give me a little, yes, I'm still here, love, that would be awesome, because I know some of you guys jump in and out. Otherwise, I will move on. And I'm going to ask, since I'm at the bottom of the screen now, if you guys can start to play and ask for a card or 2 or 3. We'll see what comes out for you guys. But Maria, if you're here, then I will draw a card for you. And if you're not, I will move on. But if you want a card, just start to put it at the bottom of the comments. Just make a comment so I know. Okay, so Tamara, Miss Tamara, thank you for the heart. I'm going to come into you since Maria seems to have jumped out. And I hope that the universal readings and the dragons and the angels were useful for those of you who needed a little upliftment. Know that everything that I could be sitting here going watermelon, watermelon, and there's a transmission that I give permission for the angels to come through and stream through. So they're automatically transmitting light to assist you in recalibrating whatever it is that you need automatically. That's just part of the general service that you get here. On Q and Angels, as I like to call it. We'll be doing Q and Angels in the summit. It'll be fun. I have Theo coming in with Sheila Gillette. I don't know if you guys know her. She was the mentor to Esther Hicks. So she's powerful being a light, near-death experience survivor and channel of an archangelic collective known as Theo, similar to Abraham. Esther's Abraham. And she mentored Esther. So she's powerful, powerful soul sister. And we're going to be dropping in with her. So let's just see what Tamara's needing to know. All right, so we're coming to you. Is it Tamara or Tamara, I wonder? I'll just say both. So Tamara, Tamara, whichever it is. Tomato, tomato. Just so you know, I'm going to be working with this deck, Rebecca Campbell's Work Your Light. Oh yeah. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this deck. It's a new one. I pulled out some of my new ones tonight. Just because, why not? I never do. You guys have to understand, like, I rarely do readings like this, ever. I mean, I work mostly as a coach, and I have my angelhood and private group coaching, and I produce events, and I do, you know, other things. So it's really awesome when I get to do this for you. It doesn't mean I don't know how to do it. It just means that I'm normally direct channel, so I don't usually use cards. But it's kind of fun sometimes, especially when I'm tuning into brand new people. So just a reminder, I think Michelle Lev, if you're still here, just remind me if you still want a card. I see your name up a little higher. Wow, these cards are really getting busy. Okay, so can I have a card, please, for Tamara? Oh, there we go. Okay, all right, Miss Tamara. Oh my God, I got all these things. See, this is so funny. Okay, here we come. All right. See, why doesn't it just automatically scroll? This would make my life so much easier. All right, so your card is the Ever Unfolding Rose. Cracked open, it's happening for you, not to you. So what I'm getting here is just to remember that you are never a victim, that there's never anything happening to you, right? It's happening for you. It's always going to be for the highest soul growth and highest resolution for everybody, not just yourself sometimes. So be patient. If you're waiting on something specifically right now, patience is a virtue for a reason. And there's the idea of the rose opening, okay? The idea of these petals can be really constricted when they're just first, you know, bud, and then it kind of keeps opening, right? I feel that you're connecting more to the crown chakra as well. You're going to be opening up the crown a lot more. You can actually visualize a giant rose on top of your head and open that every morning to connect more into your source. And also Mother Mary's energy, the pink rose color is coming in. Also coral, a little bit of the coral, Christ conscious coral is good for you. So these two colors right now would be very beneficial for you. They're telling me the coral also because of the coral calcium factor. Calcium would be good for you. Minerals in general. Minerals of like trace minerals would be really good for you. I don't know if you're dealing with any health stuff, but it's just sometimes we don't supplement. Okay, tomorrow, perfect. So yeah, so I would just say look at, in general, just upping your minerals like magnesium more than calcium actually. Anything else? Really just letting go of all victim consciousness in 2020. Just knowing zero judgment, zero victimization, total compassion, total forgiveness. Make way for that now. It's just time. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, dive into your inner child, ask your inner child, where are they still holding on to something in the sub that you might not be aware of, right? Because it can be in the sub, even if consciously we're not aware of it, that's 5 to 7% of your mind, of your whole system. The other 95% roughly is your sub, and that's really running the show. So you want to know what's going on in there, right? So just understand that that would be the place to kind of go mining for gold a little bit right now and look to see where that rose wants to unfold. And I also see it as your chakras opening. So working with your chakra opening and aligning your chakras, preparing a little bit more those energy centers as you step into this new gate of 2020. So I hope that helped. All right, Michelle, coming to you. Michelle Love. I'm just gonna, again, we'll be moving around. Ida, you had a near-death. Yeah, I have 2 people actually, at least 2 on the summit that had near-death experiences. We also have a beautiful oracle who'll be guiding us, answering a lot of questions during our Elevate Diamond Earth meditation and global kind of summit conclusion on the 18th. And she's amazing because she has full recollection of everything. Like every element of who she is, like every lifetime she's ever been. It's unbelievable. So yeah, she's going to be adding a lot of special sauce to the summit for us, bringing in her connections to the Mayan calendar, integrated Mayan calendar as well, and some of her knowledge there. Really deep mystery expert. All right, so let's see. You're so welcome, Tamara. Okay, Michelle. What does Michelle need to know? Miss Love. Okay. Michelle, in your case, there's a lot because 3 cards popped out for you. So again, I just go with what the angels give me. You need to call back your power, love bug. There's an energy of disbursement. I don't know how much you've fractaled out. Sometimes we do that when we're in the higher realms or very high conscious spirit connected, but not grounded enough. We'll fractal out. I say this to people also who do a lot of plant medicine journeying, that they run the risk of fractaling out so much that they need to start pulling their power back and calling their elements back, okay? Because when we do that, when we fractal out, it's like your energy gets diluted and dissipated a little bit. And so you open yourself up to a lot of interference. Let's call it that. So in order to reclaim your power and to protect yourself, I want you to really call back in all of the energies that you are and just call them back into your body. Ask your higher self, your angelic and mortal selves, to come back home, come back to home base, and to essentially shield up, okay? Also needing to cut some cords. Now, I prefer cord disentanglement or cord dissolution or dissolving cords, and instead of cutting can feel kind of a little violent, especially for the one you're cutting from. So if there's anybody that you are still entangled with in any type of codependency or anything that is not suiting you or serving you at the highest, and that you know who these people are, I would highly recommend asking for assistance in retrieving back your energy and allowing their energy to go back to them, right? That's the disentanglement. And you can just kind of imagine an unweaving or unraveling for that. The other energy coming in is Lemuria, creating heaven on earth, right? So this is the energy that you are tapped into. It is coming in through the Lemurian gate, which is in Maui, in Hawaii. And that gate brings in a lot of energy for the planet of love, of unconditional love. So you have a very strong connection to Lemuria. So they're just reminding you to really tap into that frequency, tap into that home channel of light for yourself. Crystals, of course, aquamarine, also Larimar comes to mind as crystals that would suit you. Anything else? Golden healer, okay? And Anna, grandmother of Jesus. Anytime I say her name, it's like it activates, sorry. Yeshua's grandmother, Anna or Hannah, was part of the Order of the Magdalens. These were the original seeding of the planet of light, which was in, roughly 2,000 plus years ago, through the 144, 72 men, 72 women. This was a foundation and a divine plan that is now being blossomed. Okay, it's reblooming. And so her energy is really strong with you as part of your awakening process. And so I'm going to show you what these cards look like. Okay. You can see the aquamarine in her too. So Michelle, these are your cards. And Tamara, I'm going to show you your card because I don't remember if I did or not. Okay, protection. Except it's all now. It's all. Tamara, did I show you your card? I can't even remember. I'm so in the now that I don't remember even 5 minutes ago. Okay, hold on. Hold on, please. I'm trying to find your card. It's in here somewhere. Oh, my Lord. Where is it? Here we go. Okay, the ever-unfolding rose. Sometimes I forget to do that. Do you see that woman? She's just surrendering into that rose. It's such a beautiful one. And I want you guys to consider, anybody watching this, if you want to take any of these cards as your own, please do, because we're all connected. And some of these could be applying to you as well. Okay. All right. Let's see. Hello, Miss Kelly Thompson. Okay, let's see. Let's see who else. Yeah, mirroring with white light, just so you know. Platinum. Okay, Platinum is the immortal liberator. She's the sovereign feminine that liberates us. Okay, so Platinum, shielding, disco ball. Think of yourself like a disco ball. Protection, ideally. And also you can do like a blue mesh, deep blue or royal blue. Okay, and that's the Michael frequency. Okay. All right, and I just do the command shields up like in a pinch, you know, just to kind of give the command into the system. Okay, let's see. Let me go back a little bit. There's somebody up here. Colleen, coming to you. We are working our light. This is like amazing. I can't believe I'm still on here. This is crazy. This is awesome. It's been an hour. I hope you guys are enjoying it. For those of you who joined late, welcome. We are at 21 right now. AngelicSummit.com is coming to you. And I really want to make sure that all of those who resonate with angels know about it, because Facebook does a really good job at blocking certain things. Just going to say it. Hi, Facebook. Not afraid. Anyway, so do our best. And I ask the angels and the legions that are here with me now, meaning you guys on the other side of this camera, to go to Angelic Summit 2020 here on Facebook. You can find the Facebook page. You can also find the event. You can share it and share with your legions, your other fellow light workers, because I'm just trying to get the word out as best as I can. And there's been some interference, because this is going to be a game changer, disruptor type of event. This is no joke what we're putting together. So I would appreciate it. Love you guys. Thank you. Okay, Colleen, they're telling me you are one fiery woman. Okay, we're coming to you live and in living color with the Great Gathering. Look at that. Talking about summits. Look at you. Okay, so it's all coming together. Intuitive hits, soul tribe. Oh my, oh my. Yeah, I'm feeling you are regathering and finding your angelhood, right? Like I like to call it. You are finding more and more people who are like you, and they're giving you guidance right now to use your intuition when you are meeting new people, to use your discernment, and to be aware that as your light frequency goes up, you're going to draw in some moths too. So you just want to use the discernment of like, is this a monarch butterfly or is this a moth? Like, which one is this? Is this one of my tribe, or is this somebody who's just needing my energy? Right now, we're remembering that we have to resource ourselves before we can serve anybody. And if you're drained or tired, you're doing too much on your own. No woman is an island either. So the Great Gathering to me is finding collaboration. Remember, the 2020 is all about collaboration. The 4 in that vibration is a foundational number. So this is going to be the year where we all start to work together. We all start to collaborate. We all start to realize there's no competition. We have everything we need. There is only abundance, and therefore there's plenty for everybody. So when we come into this frequency and we gather Soul Tribe and we connect, it's really being happy for everybody and seeing them as a reflection of your own success. So when we get into that frequency of neutrality around that, and we don't have like, oh, what do they have? What's going on for them? We're just happy for them. Look at my fellow sister winning an Oscar. Look at my fellow brother, you know, whatever, like making $1 million. It doesn't matter, whatever it is, whatever the success is. So just know, it's telling me you should be at the summit also. No offense, but not that that would be offensive. What else? Oh, okay. Yeah. There's a collective that wants to work through you. So I don't know if you channel or connect or work directly with angels at all, but it's almost like you're going into archangelic. You're going into the arcs. You're going into the higher octaves, right? So there's the single notes, then there's the chords, the octaves, right? So that's part of this too. So just be prepared that you're going to be working with broader spectrum, okay? Hopefully that helped. Okay, let's see. Oh, Kristen, thank you. You're so welcome. I do what I can. You know, I've been working with angels for around 15 years. I'm what you call an angelic starseed. I claim that for many on this channel right now that know it or don't. But usually that's what I attract in to my channel, are people who are very high vibrational or seeking to know the truth of who they are. And the truth of who you are is you are an amazing high vibrational being of light who deserves to shine. And that's what I'm here to do, is assist everybody in shining bright like a diamond. All right. Okay. Alicia. All right, so I'm going to do 3 more. So Alicia, you're next, and I'll do 2 more after you, and then I gotta honor myself and jump off. Okay. But just know there'll be more of this going on during Angelic Summit. Angelic Summit 2020 is on Facebook. Help get the word out. As many angels as we can gather. I kind of say the 144 million versus the 144,000. You know, they're all over the world now, and they don't know that they have support, and they need to know they have support because they've been getting hit, and they've been getting hit hard. A lot of people who are very high vibrational beings have been really hit with a lot of trauma and drama, and it's because they don't necessarily know how to tap into certain fields of energy that are here to assist them now. And this is what we were talking about a little earlier with the dragons. You know, these are fields of energy. They're fierce protectors. So we want to just know that we have them available to us in our arsenal, right? Our angelic arsenal of love. And we're here not to be in the polarity anymore. We don't have to play those reindeer games, right? Not to bring Christmas into it, but we can just be in love and joy and have fun again. It's time to have fun again. It's time to tap into the inner children. All right, here we go. Leap. Okay, Alicia, you are leaping. Take the leap. Okay, I don't know how. Can I get this like in frame, please, angels? Can you help a sister out? Okay. All right, you go first. The universe will catch you, it says. So what I'm getting here is absolutely what this says is the leap. And this is a leap that's going to be coming before the next eclipse and or the next full moon, okay? And so this leap, this idea of leaping, right? Leaping off the balcony and knowing you're going to sprout wings, basically. So whatever's been coming in lately for you that you weren't sure about, you're like, do I do it? Do I not do it? You've been on the fence and you weren't quite sure. It's saying yes, it's a go, go. Okay, that's it. It's real simple. The other one that's coming in is called Mintakan, longing for home, belonging, and the original light workers. Look at this beautiful, beautiful mermaid woman, the mer people. There was many planets of water, right? There have been many planets of water other than Earth, and we may not all know them, and we may not remember them, but our soul does. So there's a part of you that feels like you don't belong here. There's a part of you that resents being in a physical body, because being in a physical body can be limiting sometimes, especially when we're very high vibrational. So there is a sense of longing for another place at times. In those moments, what I'm going to say to you is remember how much you're needed here. And you will find a place where you belong here as well, if you haven't already, because you are in that tribe of the original light workers, right? Which is saying, and so it's knowing how ancient you are, billions of years old, master soul. So just know that you will find that place, that tribe is coming. Maybe it's the angelhood, maybe it's something else, but you will find your tribe, okay? And have faith in that, and know that your tribe's all around you anyway, your light tribe. So I know sometimes we can really feel alone in this, you know, and I do too sometimes, I'll be honest, you know, it's hard. It's hard doing this work sometimes and feeling that nobody understands us. And sometimes, you know, as the hug angel, for those of you who don't know and missed this, I as the hug angel, I literally have a page called the hug angel. I put on big giant angel wings, just in case people aren't aware of who I am. I put on these big giant white wings and I go and hug people, literally, to open up their hearts. I do heart activations, right? And I got coined the hug angel because I created something called the hug mob, and it just kind of stuck, right? And the angel's like, you got to go hug more. You got to go hug people. People need hugs. I'm like, okay. And what was so funny about it is it brought me like so much joy. It brought me joy to go out and hug people. These little kids would come up like, yeah, I want to hug, you know. And so I always tell people, if you want to be a hug angel, you can be a hug angel too, wherever you are. So that's thehugangel.com. You can learn about that. But this is what I know. It's when we come into these places and spaces of joy, and really that's our superpower, sharing our joy and love, right? We give such a gift, but we receive such a gift. It's this infinity loop that we create, the circuit that we complete. So I want to remind all of you guys, hug more, hug each other, okay? All right, so, okay, one more. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah, Mary. It's definitely 2019 has been intense. I'm just reading through some of this, you guys, just so you know, people are sharing, and I just want to honor that. Yeah. Yeah, hug is healing universal grief sometimes too. Hearts united with grace to heal universal grief. That's kind of the acronyms the angels gave me for that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Angels, I'm asking the angels who, because I know some of you want a card and I have to tune in. Okay. Okay. I'm getting a lot of activation coming in, guys. Just, I apologize for the pause. Just holding space, please. And it's like a stream of light literally comes in my body, and I literally have to just allow it, because when I'm reading, I'm receiving energy. The angels are responding to that energy, and they're broadcasting to you guys. And I know this might sound a little weird, but for those of you who know what I'm talking about, you can confirm that for me. Okay. Yeah, it's literally, I'm furnacing. Like, I go from being like totally fine to suddenly I'm a blazing angel. I go into my seraphim, which is what that is. I activate that because we're clearing and cleansing and releasing trauma and drama and things like that, right? All right. Okay, so there's... All right. We are going to go to Chaya. Hopefully I pronounced your name right, love. What does Chaya need to know? Higher self of Chaya, what does she need to know? And Mary, sending you so much love and healing, babe. Really, truly. Okay, soul family, call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. Hi, what were you just saying, right? You feel alone, right? You don't have to be alone. Call in your tribe. Find your tribe. You need to call it in, though. You need to call it in. Claim it. Claim your tribe. And it is a sisterhood, Sisterhood of the Rose, Magdalene Sisterhood, okay? Beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. This is who you align to the most, okay? So females who are in that goddess frequency. I think, you know, I'll let you know. Follow me on either Hug Angel or, yeah, just find me Stephanie Lodge. The Hug Angel is the best place, or the Hug Angel, either one. I have a couple pages. But I do something called Magdalene Mastery and Magdalene Masterminds. So that might be something of interest to you. And also the Angelhood if you're looking for tribe. And so you find like-minded people. I'll put actually in the comments here tonight, guys, a special, since you guys all stayed with me, a special invitation to the Angelhood, a preview invitation, just because I love you. And I know a lot of you could use that space. It's a safe space that doesn't have all the ads and doesn't have all the trolling and it does not allow for that. It's a brand new network. It's honestly, it's like hot off the presses and private. It's a private network. So I will invite all of you. I want to do a really quick light stream for you guys. So just breathe with me, and we're just going to do a transmission of light. You can close your eyes if you like at home. You don't have to watch me, but you can. It's up to you. But I just want you to breathe into your heart. Take a deep breath in your heart. And know that with each inhalation, you are breathing in the frequency of love that surrounds you. You are breathing in the exhalations of the masters. All the information that has ever walked this planet is in every single inhalation of your breath. So you have access to infinite intelligence, the genius that is here and present in this moment. So just breathing that in, knowing you are safe, knowing that you are surrounded by legions of love that are guiding you home. They are guiding you back to knowing the truth of who you are at every level, without a doubt, with perfect confidence, with grace, and with ease. And what I know in this moment for each and every one of you is that 2020 is going to be a miraculous year. It is going to be a game changer. It is going to elevate the frequencies, the energies, and the realities of who you are and what you are becoming and what you already have created without even knowing it yet, into expansive, amazing fields of joy and love and happiness and relationships and abundance that serve only the highest good and the greatest soul growth. And what I know in this moment is that you are all angels, either hidden and in disguise or living out loud, and however that is, it's perfect. But just know that you are being asked and called to come to the next level of evolution of who you are. You are being called by the angels, by the legions of light, to step in, to take the leap, to say yes. And I invite you to say yes with me or anybody that you resonate with, but just say yes, okay? Say yes to your life, say yes to joy, say yes to more please, more love, more of everything that you require, and just know that it's all available to you. The only limitation are your beliefs and your thoughts and your frequencies of faith. If you are doubting, bring in the faith. If you can't find a way to bring in the faith, borrow mine. Pray and say yes and love yourself and give yourself a big hug, okay, from me to you. So love you guys, and I will put all the links here on this live stream. In the details, I'll put some links, and you can find everything I've been kind of talking about. So if you want to join us and find me, and I do work privately with clients. For any of you guys looking for deeper support, more one-on-one, definitely reach out. I'm here and available. Thehugangel.com is kind of the easiest way right now. I'm recalibrating my other website. And I love you. Thank you. Thank you. And if I didn't get a chance to read for you, I highly recommend going back to the beginning of this video if you came in late, and know that I did some universal cards that were for everybody who tunes into this in any time frame. It's a container. It's held for everybody. So it will apply to you. And any of the cards that I picked tonight could apply to you, because we are all one anyway, right? We're all one consciousness having this experience together. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. Love you. Find me. Please connect with me more, right? I don't always come in here, so you might only see me once in a while in here. So definitely connect with me on the Hug Angel, or Stephanie Lodge the Hug Angel, or Hug Angels the group is a great place too. Whatever you want to do, whatever feels inclined. But I love you, and I'll send you so much light for your healing as well, Mary, and your husband. And I will go through all of these and do some blessings for all of you as well tonight. Okay, so just expect the unexpected. Expect a lot of light coming in the next few days. Your dreams, all of it can just feel more expansive potentially. Drink lots of water, because these are activations. So you are literally radiating the cells in your body a little bit when you come into these spaces with workers like myself. So just drink lots of water as well. Okay, cool it off. Cool off the fire water dragon, remember? All right, guys. Love you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye.